Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Jake here from the NRUK Racing League, and welcome back to the NRUK Cup Series race here from Daytona. It's the Irn-Bru night race, the Irn-Bru 400 here at Daytona, under the lights at this super speedway. Always pretty bonkers action from this racetrack, and 24 laps. The second race in the round of 12. Can anyone win to get themselves a berth in the round of 8? Or will we see another non-playoff driver win, like William Duncan, in today's race? Of course, the potential for an upset here is greater than any other track because of the nature of the racing. We do see those underdog teams up towards the front, and they'll be hoping for a good performance today to try and squeeze their way in to a victory. On pole then for today's race, it's back-to-back pole positions for Colton Yeo, who comes into the race 56 points above the cut line. So Yeo has been impressive. He's 56 points in. If he can leave with that same total today, he will be locked in to the round of 8. To his outside teammate, Tim Gary. Tim is on his way out of Stuart Haas Racing next season. He'll be joining up with Team Penske instead. On the second row, Riley Spurley starts alongside Diego Yepes. A great qualifying for Yepes. Nice job from him in the 38. Then we have Keith Stevens, a chaser, who had a decent day, 12 points above the cut line, and his teammate Jake Richardson. Richardson could also seal his spot in the round of 8 today of points. On the next row, we have Mathis Wells alongside Kyle Hunter. Another great qualifying for Front Row Motorsports, Rutkowski and Evan Hunter. On the next row, running out your top 10, and then we have Alex Fletcher and Anthony Charbois. Mitchell Collins makes it a trio of good results for Front Row, and William Seaman. Then we have Alexander Rowe, 21 points below the cut line. He needs a good day today. He starts alongside Roman Fenway. We have the likes of Jensen Edwards, Keegan Thompson, Max Rossi, and others starting towards the back of the field. And we are going to get ready to go racing. The only guy to fail inspection from qualifying was, in fact, last race winner, William Duncan, who upset the odds at Rockingham with a brilliant win for JTG Dougherty Racing, putting himself in the limelight of the NRUK Cup Series. But he's got it all to do today from last place. Meanwhile, this man came under a bit of heat because the wreck late on in the race when spinning out Joe Rutkowski. But he's top of the points right now, 56 points above. It's a gargantuan total for him to maybe lose in these next 2 races. Tim Gary just wants wins because he knows he's heading out of that 4-car next season. Run for the rest of the pack. A few more guys that have confirmed their rides for Season 5. Rutkowski and Hunter, who are both starting on row number 5. They are both going to be returning to their respective teams next season, same as with Mitchell Collins in the 36. There's still a lot of driver moves to be decided this season. In terms of the chase/playoff picture, Colton Yeo and Jake Richardson probably both comfortably in. Lonergan Scott could point his way in today. Nathan Stapleton with a healthy 31 points above the cut line. After that is anyone's ball game. Evan Hunter, currently the 8th and final driver in at the moment. He is 6 points above Keegan Thompson, and William Seaman is only 7 points behind them. Meanwhile, the Hendrick Motorsports cars of Alexander Rowe and Jeff Bright have it all to do. We're going to get ready to go to the green flag here at Daytona. Pace car is down pit lane. Colton Yeo brings the field of 41 to the green flag. We are underway. We're racing at Daytona International Speedway. Down the backstretch for the first time today, it was Riley Spurley who tried to grab the lead, but Keith Stevens going to go 3 wide towards the inside lane. Team Penske driver won the Brickyard 400. He now has a chase spot. Can he lead lap number 1? He will. Keith Stevens leads lap number 1 on the Irn-Bru 400. Mathis Wells getting a nice push though from Joe Rutkowski on the inside. How about Anthony Chaubois there, Mitchell Collins, Keegan Thompson, to name a few, on that inside lane. Of course, you have this kind of group kind of racing here at Daytona, but it's all about when the big one strikes. When will we see the big wrecks? That could be huge for our playoff drivers. If one of them gets caught up in a wreck, it could affect their chances severely. And they're now going to go full wide here. Mitchell Collins in a precarious position with Riley Spurleytube. Going to be big for the likes of Keegan Thompson and Colton Yeo. It's really not what they want to be doing, going full wide on, what is it, lap number 2. And they are beating and banging. Going off of 4. There they go into Keith Stevens. They're wrecking on lap number 2. Tim Gary around. Colton Yeo is involved, your points leader, and more. Max Rossi, and someone is on his side. It's the 4-car Tim Gary. Eli Bright's rotten luck continues. There's Nolan Scott getting involved. And a few chasers here are caught up in it. Keegan Thompson made it back through. Made it through. And my Lord Almighty. Wrecking already. Trying to see who's got big damage here. William Bulin, Riley Snare. Nolan Scott looks to have worse than the chase damage. It's a bad time of getting a wreck if you're William Seaman. That's not what he wanted at all. Last race winner William Duncan might have got caught up in it. And Nolan Scott having a pretty torrid time in the playoffs. That regular season championship came in clutch for him. Might save him from getting eliminated here this early on. Eli Bright's, poor form continues. Evan Hunter here might have damage. That's big because he's right on that cut-off line. It was the 4-car Tim Gary that ended up going up on his side there. Colton Yeo was the first to get damage, as well as Keith Stevens as well. Big damage for the 2-car. Pretty big damage. Jeff Bright made it through. That's good news for him. And Anthony Chaubois will be your leader right now. As we look at the first caution of the day, Spurleytube and Collins went full wide, and it did not work. Here we see how the first caution of the day came out. Full wide on lap 2. It's not very smart. And as Mitchell Collins and Riley Spurleytube kind of stuck in the centre here. You see Zachary Delell on the inside. They kind of beat there. And it just wasn't going to last. It never does here. And they pinched together here. And Keith Stevens gets the worst of it. The 2-car goes around. Colton Yeo gets his damage as well. From this wreck. Can see here, there goes the 4 Tim Gary around. Roman Fenway gets his damage from that. Yepes. Hunter does get damage. William Duncan into it. Riley Snare. It's fact the 17 of Fenway that sends Tim Gary over on his side there. Luckily the 4-car does not do an entire flip though. And oh my god. It's gone board with your regular season champion Nolan Scott, who's having a poor time in the playoffs so far, has to be said. No way he could go for this one though. I mean, there really was nowhere for the 12-car to go there. We see some guys getting damaged. Mainly Ivan Hunter could be the big one. Only 6 points above the cut-off line going into this second race. And now he has damage. We could see him struggle. And that could be in favour of those who are just below him. Maybe a point swing towards them. The top 3 here, Chaubois, Wells and Rutkowski all pitted. Whether that was for damage or whether that was for strategy, we will not know yet. But I believe that will make the 48 of Keegan Thompson your new leader here. And we'll join you guys back at the restart. Going back to restart here then on lap number 7. It was an early caution that brought that first wreck out from this race. Riley Snare retired after a great top 5 at Rockingham. Dylan Ebrahimian was also out after a good run. Eli Bright's absolutely horrendous luck continues. P39 for him, and the 88 is not having a good time at all. And then both front row motorsports cars goes out. Diego Yepes and Mitchell Collins are done for the day, and it's a shame for them because they've really had some good qualifying pace, but they can just never seem to transfer that over to the race. And both their cars out here as well. A lot of cars did pit to fix damages. And this means your top 10 is as follow. Keegan Thompson leads. Zachary Delello is in second. Trying to make it 2 race wins in a row for JTG Dougherty Racing. Third for chaser Nathan Stapleton. Fourth is Jeff Bright. Fifth, Luke Rainey. Sixth is Kyle Hunter. Seventh, Mac Johnson. Eighth is Jake Richardson. Ninth is Luke Evans. And rounding out the top 10 is Riley Spurleytube. Pace car down pit lane. We're going to restart it then for the first time today. Green flag is back out in the air. And the 47 goes high. DeLello looking to find a run on that high side. Can't quite get it this time. Instead, Nathan Stapleton's going to try and dip low for second place. Stapleton's consistency has been good this year. He has just been lacking wins. Thompson needs to win more than him, you could say. Keegan Thompson 6 points below the cut line. Nathan Stapleton plus 31 above the cut line. So that shows. That kind of shows the difference between their seasons, respectively. One more consistent, one had more wins, simply. Stapleton's now joined by the parade of Chevys on the inside. Zachary DeLello, Luke Rainey, and Luke Evans. Field already pretty minimal here, you have to say, because a lot of those guys did get... Well, they didn't retire from the wreck. They definitely got damage from it. Zachary DeLello towards the inside. Name a few others up inside this lead group. Derek Hamill, Cody Smart, Luke Evans. Luke Rainey will take it 3 wide for the lead in the 8 car. Can RCR end their torrid luck with a win today? Down the backstretch they run. Kind of in this lead pack. How about the likes of Samuel Ozcan, Dylan Trester inside the top lead pack here? It's about 14 cars, I'd say. Then there's a little bit of a gap towards Alex Fletcher in the 21 in 15th. Down to the start-finish line then. Rainey will lead the lap, but Evans is the one who is charging. Alexander Rose joined this pack now, along with Alex Fletcher, so they are into the lead group. Then there's a gap back to Max Rossi, the second pack, made up of the likes of JJ Reed, William Seaman, Rutkowski, Wells, Reynolds, and Evan Hunter. Jensen Edwards a little bit off the pace, as well as William Duncan, Charles Bois off it, Roman Fenway, Colton Yo, and Stevens and Scott as well. These guys are all pretty slow, and they could be lap cars when we get to the end of this deal. But it's Jake Richardson, a chaser, out in front, pushed by Cody Smart and Derek Hamill. A few underdogs on that inside lane. We've already seen Derek Hamill win Kansas this year. It was a great victory for Go Fast Racing. Cody Smart on the inside trying to grab his first win. And now at the Rick Ware Racing car, Dylan Treste, and the MBM Motorsports car of Samit Ozcan. That 66 ride is going to be taken over next year by Brett Sirra, who's making his return to the NRUK Cup Series after a 1-year absence. So it's great to have Brett back in the league. And he'll be joining up with the 66 and that Toyota Camry powered car. Treste might even go for the lead here. Rick Ware Racing might lead a lap in a NASCAR race. I know it's hard to believe, but at 51 to the point. And going to the start-finish line, he might lead here. No, he won't. Ozcan gets low, and Treste leads this lap. Ozcan got a good run, a good push from Alex Fletcher, Alexander Rowe in that 24, minus 21 last time we checked in. So he could be in a situation where he really needs to win. Both him and Jeff Bright both need a good day today. With Evan Hunter struggling, Keith Stevens struggling, and also Joe Rutkowski, you could probably say as well. They do have a good chance. They go forward again, but oh, it's Mac Johnson and Cody Smart this time with Kyle Hunter shoving it in there. This might not work. As they're banging again, there they go again! Around they go! Stapleton's involved. Who else has been claimed? Oh, huge link for Jake Richardson and someone else. I believe it was William Seaman, and they're all piling into this. More damage for Evan Hunter. Oh, my lord. Big wreck here. Oh, where's Keith Stevens going to go? He almost avoids it. Rutkowski's got more damage. He didn't avoid it. He hit the 20 car. My lord almighty. This field has been minimised massively here. Jensen Edwards is done. William Seaman, Evan Hunter. Two big storylines. Kind of this one. Jake Richardson with damage. Keith Stevens even more damage. And those cars are already torn up. They've been torn up a little bit more. Colton Yo, and everyone's just involved in this and in these wrecks. Big beneficiaries from this one, probably Jeff Bright and Alexander Wright, the two guys in a pretty much must-win situation, probably have benefited the best out of it. Second caution of the day is out, and there's another big wreck for a lot of these guys. Let's go see how it has happened. And it was never really going to work. This Cody Smart and Mac Johnson got caught out there, and they both go around 4 wide, hooking with a 34 Carl Hunter. The 51 gets destroyed, and then there's a whole huge load of big hits here. The first, I think, being the fact that the 18 of Mathis Wells try to get past. That sends the 51 tumbling, and look at that link for the 22 and the 10. The 51 goes spiraling down the front stretch, but it was a tough link for Jake Richardson and the 10 of William Seaman. And the 51 goes flipping and flipping. Nathan Stapleton gets caught out. Then there's more wrecks here as Rutkowski gets involved with Hunter and DeLello. That leaves them a sitting duck in the middle of the racetrack. Here come all the guys with, you know, a kind of some sort of speed here. There's Grenier's damage. I believe the 20 spun out. Look at that. The 2 of Keith Stevens flew through there. Almost had it made until he hit the 20 of Anthony Charlebois. He's gone ball with that wild ride with the 51 of Dylan Triest, who absolutely went end over end. Let's go on board. This is a wild ride for the 51 car. My lord, what a hit from the 51 car. That was tough. I mean, there's barely going to be anyone left here. We're going to find out which of those have survived when we get back to the restart. Alexander Rowe is your leader. Restarting here then on lap 16. Minimal field with only a few laps left. And the list from that one is a long one. Trester out, Friesen done. Felix Janssen has retired, so has Cody Smart. Evan Hunter, not a good day for him. Jensen Edwards is out. William Seaman is done. Jake Richardson, Keith Stevens, Nolligan Scott, Tim Gary, Colton Yo, Anthony Charlebois, Joe Rutkowski, and Mathis Wells. That leaves us with just 21 drivers left in this race now. And only a handful of them have probably fully functioning race cars. The top 10 is as followed. It's Rowe, Fletcher, Bright, Ozcan, Hunter, Rainey, Reed, Johnson, Thompson, and Hamill in to the top 10, and with just 9 laps to go, we are back underway again. Again, there's only going to be a few cars left in this one, but the 2 chasers that have survived out of all of this, the 24 of Alexander Rowe needs a win, minus 21 below the cut line. Jeff Bright, minus 38 below the cut line, and needs a win to get himself into the round of 8. Down the backstretch they go. It's the 2 Hendrick Motorsports cars out in front. Can they push them out in towards the lead? They have 2 Ford Mustangs behind them. That's Alex Fletcher and Kyle Hunter. JJ Reed got a good run. Now about Luke Evans trying to get Mac Johnson up here towards the front. Could see some old, you know, kind of classic bump draft racing here. Tandem drafting maybe could come into play as the 9 car gets towards the inside of his teammate. These two are going to have an epic battle towards the finish. Could JJ Reed upset the odds massively and win for Rick Ware Racing? How about that? That would be an incredible story. And the 53 got a great run through the turn that time. I mean, the possibility of an upset winner here is so huge. We could see, for the second week in a row, a massive, massive upset winner, and it could definitely happen here. Top 5 seem to have the best cars. Ozcan joining into the party. Keegan Thompson into the picture. Same for Luke Evans. Mac Johnson not going away just yet, and neither is Alex Reynolds in the 00. Max Rossi just lurking outside the top 10. Jeff Bright is out front and in the lead. But JJ Reed is there towards the inside lane. How about this? He has Kyle Hunter for help behind him, as well as Summit Ozcan and Luke Evans. The underdogs all teaming up to defeat the big Titans right now. Reed now moves up high. And the 34 of Kyle Hunter will have a run. Front Row Motorsports have had a really, really horrid season. Their 2 other cars retired today. Can Kyle Hunter make up with it with a win here at Daytona? Don't count Keegan Thompson out yet, though. He's into this race as well. It's all 3 Hendrick Motorsports and all 3 of their chase drivers going for the win here. A win that will put them into the round of 8. And all 3 of them really do desperately need it. They're not the only factors, though, in this one. We've got the likes of Mac Johnson, Alex Fletcher and others also trying to grab their first ever wins. Brandon Grenier, the slowest car. They will probably not catch him before the end of this race. And it's Kyle Hunter and JJ Reed who are kind of neck and neck right now. Great run through the turn for the 13 of Luke Evans. But credit to JJ Reed. He is holding his own on the outside lane. Great push from Jeff Bright to JJ Reed. Maybe we are going to see a Rick Ware racing car somehow win at Daytona. Kyle Hunter will want to say something different about that one, though. Him and Luke Evans trying to create some momentum. And with just 5 to go, if a caution comes out now, the race, I believe, will be over. And the first driver to make it back to the stripe will be your winner. Keegan Thompson going 3 wide towards the inside lane. Looking for win number 4. And doing a nice job of advancing his position. But JJ Reed is still out in front here. And he's not being overtaken anytime soon. The inside's got no help. Everyone to the outside lane. And Reed might clear the 34 here. It's neck and neck at Daytona. No one can get the advantage. More drivers are deciding to go on that high side. And less of them going on the inside. Again, the inside line gets broken up. And now JJ Reed can clear the 53 car. Where does he go? Does he stay on the outside or does he stay on the inside? He blocks the run of Kyle Hunter on the inside lane. JJ Reed leads this race with 3 to go at Daytona. The ultimate upset if a Rick Ware racing car could win an NRUK Cup Series race. And I tell you what, he's doing an expert job of blocking right now. Can Kyle Hunter get there though? The 34 got a great run on the inside lane. And him and Luke Evans are hauling ass right now. Evans abandons him. Not what the 34 in there see at all. Luke Evans has abandoned Kyle Hunter. And it's an advantage to the underdog 53 team. Can Evans get a run though? He's trying to get help from Keegan Thompson in the 48. Who again is desperate for a victory. But JJ Reed is doing a nice job here with 2 to go. He's holding them off well. Lap car Grenier. Surely Dick Ware can't Dick Ware himself. It doesn't matter anyway though, because Luke Evans has got a heck of a push from Keegan Thompson. They're reaching the lap car of Grenier. He goes to the centre. There goes the 34 and the 21's chances of winning. And massive advantage to Luke Evans on the inside lane for Germain Racing. Mac Johnson shoves Keegan Thompson into the middle. Where did the 6 car come from? But it's Luke Evans who's going to lead them to the white flag this time by. White flag for Luke Evans. Can he win for the closing Germain Racing? They're closing at the end of this season. Does Keegan Thompson have anything to say about this though? He's going to have a run at him. Surely. But no, he won't. JJ Reed goes low. The Rick Ware racing car wants it all for himself. Down the backstretch for the final time at Daytona. JJ Reed. Can he make it stick? Or is it Luke Evans' race? Evans, I think, is going to clear him. For the second week in a row, it's going to be a non-playoff driver going to NRUK victory lane. leaving the Cup Series at the end of the season, but making his impact now. Luke Evans comes to line to win the Irn-Bru 400. How about that? Luke Evans for Germain Racing to victory lane and a first career win for a team that's closing down at the end of the year. That will feel very, very sweet indeed. Second place for Keegan Thompson. That's a great run. Jeff Bright and Alexander are in the top 5. Good days for them. Another top 10 for some of these underdogs you can see. I'll put the finishing results up on screen now. A lot of retirees from this race. 52 of Brandon Granier was a huge problem for the likes of Kyle Hunter and Alex Fletcher towards the end, and that hurt their chances ultimately. And there we go. Those are the finishing results. Playoff picture probably changes again as we go into the elimination and calf race at Auto Club next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you at Auto Club. Goodbye.